Do you know, right, okay, everybody.
You were so crossed. You were so ready to be cross with me then, weren't you?
I was so ready to be cross with you. And could anybody hear me at all? They could, but it's in the distance.
They were saying it was a very distant, so...
I hadn't got the mic on, so it's my fault. So I'll start again. It goes like this. It's 8:02 on a Sunday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man, he's sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. You are, aren't you? You've got us feeling all right. Now, John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets my drinks for free. And he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up your smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. Oh, it's John, I believe this is killing me. As the smile ran away from his face. Oh, I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La la la, la la la. La la la, la la la, la la. Now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking me Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. Oh, and the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned. Oh, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Before you judge. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. It's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday in September, just before October. And the manager, regretfully and reluctantly and unbelievably, she tries to give me a smile. However, it looks like that. 'Cause she knows that it's me they've been coming to see. 'Cause she knows that it's me they've been coming to see, 'cause she knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. Oh, and the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone, it smells like a beer. Oh, and they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Start how I finish. I was going to say there's a free album for the person that can recognise the tune, but actually, if you don't recognise that tune, I need to ask you, what are you on? Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
9
Hello.
minutes in. This is Sue, my wife. You met her, and my name's Jonathan Vera. The show is named after me. JV from the Steinway room. SV from the Steinway room is not yet a thing. Now, if I...
Yet.
Yeah, but I go into hospital on Tuesday, I could never come out. And then it would be an
It will be
SV
SV
live from the Steinway room.
Yes, they will be.
All she's got to do, as I said last week, all she's got to do is cram 50 years of piano learning into one
Honestly, he does
week.
exaggerate. He does exaggerate. Anyway,
just to say-
welcome everyone. Lovely to see you. For those of you feeling cold, put the heating on. For those of you
Oh,
not
yeah.
feeling cold,
Oh.
John Greenwood, for example, just enjoy the fact that you don't feel cold.
Oh, all right. I'm all right. I'm all right, Jack. I'm all right, Jack. I'm freezing.
Yeah,
but
we
then
feel
that's
cold.
my...
That's your kidneys for you.
My kidneys for me. Now, this here, this is the biggest water bottle I think I've ever seen in my life. And it arrived...
In the post this week, but without a label on it. So if someone
Listen to
out
this.
there
No, shh, listen,
sent
listen,
it,
listen to the sound as I drink. Listen. It actually sings to you. It goes like that.
I don't think it's meant to.
I think my feeling is this is Al Duncan.
Well, if someone did send it through,
Could you
then
please write
thank you
and
very
say-
much, because we don't want to repeat of the glass under the piano as
No,
we
I
had
just
last week.
Do you
That
know? And
was-
do you know the really weird thing? I just picked it up. I didn't.
and it was broken.
It was broken, and it's out there in the kitchen as I speak. I didn't check it.
We have Claire flying solo tonight, so be patient, people. I think Jonathan's microphone not being switched on gave
Was
her an
my
official
fault.
heart attack.
And Claire, it's nothing to do with you. It's Sue's fault. And sorry. Oh, you should have reminded me. I shaved. Look, here we go again. This is the first time in a week that I shaved. I went there and tugged on this beard with a blunt razor. You have no idea, women. You think you suffer. You have no idea. We shave. People say, "Oh, I've got to get pregnant and all the pain of childbirth." Give me a break. We've got to shave. Leave us alone. Men have got a really tough life. What I'm going to say. You did that. I'm not saying Christmas is coming. I'm just... I don't know why somebody started playing Christmas. I think I must have seen you had a Christmas album, and you just put it there, and it put me in mind of the fact that we've got Christmas coming soon.
We hope.
And I thought, all this stuff going on. Claire, who is sailing solo tonight, because Rachel's not around tonight. She's having to work, and she asked for. I needed the shelter of someone's arms, and there you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were. With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I close my eyes at night, I'm wondering where I'd be without you in my life. Everything I did was such a bore. Oh no, everywhere I went it seemed I'd been there before. But you brighten up for me all of my days with a love so sweet in so many ways. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh, sing it with me now. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Come on, Sue. Sing it with me now. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Bum, 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 bum. Been to myself. With me there's you, baby, and there ain't nobody else. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you. As sweet as sugar, baby. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Last time. Bum, 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 bum. How sweet it is to be loved by Sue. Oh yeah.
You better believe it. Great.
I always like to do. That's my finish.
That's your finish, isn't it?
That is my finish. Mm-hmm. We've got one of the songs on the album is finished like that. I think it's Smile.
Is it?
Yeah, we've been getting the the Rush is back.
Good.
So far we've got
good.
3 back, 4 back, 3 back so far.
3 back.
And you've got a friend. He's done some fantastic stuff to it this week. Heard it only yesterday, backing vocals and everything else that Matt and the boys, Matt and Nick have put on, and Sue. And so you're going to be. It's like an anthem now. It's turning into this epic anthem that you're going to join.
It's going to be the best version ever
in the history of the world. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not given to exaggeration. It's not my style. Not the way I roll, you know. Right, now this one. That was for Sue, from Rachel, from Claire.
It's been in her head all week about me.
And actually, it is for me, because despite all the trouble that she gives me, constantly, she has to be the best first wife I've ever had. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're just saying. Before he gets into the next song, I would just like to say hi to Dan Bellamy, and well done. Well done. You got a job this week, and that's fantastic news. So we're really proud of you, Dan.
In this atmosphere, you're not wrong.
And just, really, really pleased that you've got this job. So you're going to be cooking up a storm for those people in that care home. I know you are. So just well done from both of us.
Just don't give them food poisoning, all right? Just don't give them food poisoning, okay? Cook the eggs. I find in my culinary experience, Dan, if you want a bit of help there, because...
Which is baked beans on toast.
I do other things. I do baked beans on slightly burnt toast. I do baked beans with crackers and with just a smattering of grated cheese over the top.
Culinary
speciality
delight.
dish. And so if any of you want, dine with me, come dine with me. That's going to be it, really. And lemon cheesecake from Tesco's. That's about it, really. I'm just trying to go somewhere with this. I tell you, I don't know why I'm so happy, because actually I had to get up and Sue came with me, bless her, to give directions.
7 o'clock this morning and out
7
the door by 7:15.
To get a COVID test, which may or may not come back positive or negative. We remain to be seen. If it comes up positive, I just want to know, it must be Sue that's got it. That's all I can say. Right, anyway, but, oh, goodness. What a shower! If that's what it's like all around the country. We turned up at 8:15, and I don't care.
No, we turned up about 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. In fact, 10 to 8.
Yes.
10 to 8.
I mean, we weren't sure we were in the right place because
it was so unclear.
We were told it was a big gazebo and a bright blue porter cabin.
Go where it says no entry, ambulances only. Yes. A great big sign saying, "Do not come in here. Don't turn left." That's where you turn left, and you keep. And
That's
it was
why
hidden.
I had to go with him to give him directions.
It was hidden away. You'd never have found it. And when we arrived there, I thought I'd give a friendly phone call to the nurse and to say, "I've arrived. If you want me to come in early." "No, we start at 8:15. Leave it alone. Just stay where you are in the car and just give us a halt when you come in." And it was, oh goodness, it was so unfriendly. And walk in, and there they are with these two. I can only describe them as pole vaulting sticks. Okay, that they walk towards you.
Don't make a fuss.
Right? With these, and they go, "Here, you're going to shove this up." And honestly, I could feel this bit of my brain here. They were going up. And I said, "I think you probably got it now." Goodness, do you want to just, they were scraping the membrane off the, anyway. That one and that one. And the woman behind me, it was so funny because there were so many people there and nobody knew where to go. No, we were in the car, so we were simple. And we were the first ones in. 8:15, I went under the gazebo, ready for. And they weren't ready for anybody. It was just chaotic. Nobody knew where anybody was.
So
there were 3 people doing it. "Who are you?" And I said, "Jonathan Vera." So this African guy shouts through the window, which is closed. He said, "It's Vera, 555, something." I said, "No, Vera, 15 12 60. I thought, and anyway, this woman then comes towards me, and she says, "Jonathan?" I said to Sue, "It could have been Jonathan Mitchell. It could have been John and Nana." I said, "Yes." So up she shoves the thing and scrapes the back of the throat. And of course, because I'm okay about having things in my throat because I often have to have a camera. I've had cameras down my throat. And I just go...
Up your nose too.
Oh, like this, right? Sorry, what?
You've had cameras up your nose.
Yeah, it's the flashbulb that finally gets you. But I'm saying... This is a little routine. I'm doing this. And we left there and we thought, Gordon Bennett, what was all that about? No wonder people don't get tested.
You were about to say that the woman who was standing
standing next to me was practically crying. Oh, and he was shoving it further. And you have to leave it for 5 seconds at the back of the throat to gather the mucus. And she was going, and it was shoving, and his bedside manner was that of Nurse Ratched. I just felt that he was more at home with people with 2 legs gone, okay, just gone straight off, all right, and just sat there and couldn't move. And this poor woman was clearly distressed.
You managed it fine.
Well, of course I did. I was, she just
boy.
punched it up. I got the nice one.
You did. You got the nice lady.
I got the nice lady.
red-headed lady.
I wasn't after the Nurse Ratched because he would have killed me. He was like straight out of there. Anyway, that's me tested, and now we'll find out tomorrow whether or not I will be going or not going. for my angiogram, that's the next thing.
It was an early start, wasn't it? That's where you started all this.
Yeah.
It was an early
And
start,
I'm not watching the news now, and I haven't watched the news for a week, nearly 2 weeks actually. I just don't think it's useful. And as I said this last week, it spreads. What it does is it just fuels the fear, because it's a 24-hour news cycle.
Which of course you haven't done, telling them what the COVID test was like.
No, and this is the NHS saying, don't be frightened, just come and get a test. It's very simple, and it won't hurt a bit. Okay. So but what I did see was apparently UK cases have gone down now, and so I saw a headline. So it's up and down. I think the Christmas debate. The thing about Christmas is that don't worry, because you'll have Christmas with us. All right, it'll be Christmas with the Veras. We're going to do lots of Christmas stuff. We're going to put Christmas trees in here. We're going to have lights in here. Sue's going to be Merry Christmas, and
Jonathan's going to have a hat with flashing lights on it.
Flashing lights. We're going to be playing your carols. We're going to have a kind of a sing along.
Yes. Carol sheets will be provided.
Carol sheets will be provided. We'll put the words up so you can sing them along. All right, but we're not there quite, but a couple of months, and we'll be singing some Christmas songs for you.
You will.
This one. This is for dear friends who, to us now over many years, who've been following us through thick and thin, an awful lot of thick, and not a lot of thin. And this after 29 years of being
29
together.
29 years tomorrow, Rachel and P. So congratulations. Happy anniversary
This is
tomorrow.
what you asked for. Wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River, and me. Drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after same rainbows and waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend. Moon River,
Ooh, that was really smooth, Mr. V.
I do smooth.
You
That's
do
what I do.
smooth.
And
You do
actually,
smooth. So lovely.
and here's a song for.
Here is a song.
For Sylvia Newman tonight, this plays one. And the Matthews. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. Ooh, I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. Hey, see how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind. Many weeks since I sang that one. That was for Angela Raby as well. Because Angela put that down, and you mentioned, you said maybe you could sing that one. And I did, and I sung it on the album You Raised Me Up. Many of you will know that one.
And for those of you who've had a really rough week, I know that for many of you that's the truth. Some of you are worried about work and the future. Some of you are worried about health problems. And some of you are just worried. And that's a song for you, A Bridge Over Troubled Water. Just to be calm, quiet, and enjoy tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's worry. Worry is, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning just thinking of all the repercussions of what might happen, what could happen, what will happen if, what happened when. It's all that kind of stuff. And actually, there isn't the final answer to this, that you don't sit there and go, well, it's all going to be fine. Where did I put that song? I'm now looking for it, and I can't find it. It's the trouble with...
we have to change the system.
We have to change the system.
It's not working.
No, it's not working for me. This is the old rugged cross. I put it in here, and somebody wants it.
You're not doing...
I will do.
Okay.
But I think actually during this time...
You want to do the old rugged cross first.
And I can't find it. It's somewhere. It obviously has gone and slipped out and gone somewhere else, and I've put it somewhere.
Do you need me to quickly get you the words?
Would you mind?
Of course
I'll just.
Excuse me, everyone. I'm just going to get the words.
Just can print them for me again. They are in here somewhere. But I wanted to say to you about that. This is for Annette Slocum, whose oldest brother died on Wednesday. He was aged 91. And the real big problem is about who can attend funerals, and not enough people. It's a huge family, and many people can't go. And closure, funerals are about closure. Funerals are about mourning. There is a time to mourn, there's a time to dance. And what we're being denied at this moment in time is the time to celebrate, the time to dance, which is in weddings, and many of you haven't been able to go to your daughter, your family's weddings, or the wedding's been cancelled, or something's gone on. And it's really hard. And so what happens is that we, late at night, we look at the way things are going, and the fear that is being spread about the virus, and whether or not it's going up, going down, whether there's any answer to it, whether we'll have Christmas with our families. And for us, often Christmas is the only time when we get together with our families and the total family, and we do like it, however much we fight and scream during it, and then are relieved at the end of it. Right? What?
Yeah, Judy Steele just said, worry is like a rocking chair, gives you something to do, but it won't get you anywhere.
No.
I like that. It's a very good description.
Yeah, it's a good description. And so actually, we come back, Faith, we welcome everybody to this these evenings. We welcome everybody. Of faith, we always say it every week, and I'm going to keep saying it. Of faith, of no faith, of little faith, and people for whom this is a comfort, just to be together as a community. You community, again, this week, I see so many of you discussing things. John Dick, for example, discussing on the front of my new album. John you've got too much time on your hands. The same with Stuart McCready. Stuart, you need to go and cut that grass with a lawnmower.
Or a pair of scissors.
A push-on one. That's what you need. And that will stop you with all your nonsense about the album. Because the album's going to have me on the front. Okay? Me.
But those of you who haven't joined the group, this is how to do it. It's up here on the screen. Facebook.com/groups/JV Community Official, or just speak to someone who's already a member and they can put you forward for
and
it.
then we just accept you.
Yeah, just accept you.
The only criteria is that there's no. It's not. You can share your faith story on there if you'd like, but it's for people of faith and no faith. This community is about people. It's a community.
And what's been lovely is that this week people have been really supporting one another through difficult times, praying for one another, sending positive thoughts to one another, and just, being kind to one another. And that's what it's all about.
And what we, I imagine actually, this was apparently a very favourite song in the family for his Annette Slocum. He didn't say what the name of the brother was, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be on the new album, together with another song. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true. His shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. And exchange it someday for a crown. As for those of you who thought what happened at the end there, truth was I forgot. What? You can't go from from a crown. So I checked. It wasn't so easy.
But Annette did say that her brother's name is John.
John.
So
we remember his memory.
John, and we'll be thinking of you all for the funeral.
For the funeral,
Those of you who
however
can
many
go,
of you
and
can
those
go.
of you who can't.
The falling leaves drift by my window. The falling leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the sunburnt summer kisses, the sunburned hand I used to know. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter song. And I miss you most of all, my darling, you. When autumn leaves start to fall, since you went away, the days go long, and soon I hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, you. When autumn leaves start to fall, I miss you most of all, oh my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. that is all those people who have lost, actually.
Well, that was
Moves
amazing.
me.
Amazing.
Moves me.
Yeah.
Such a
think it
great
moved a
song,
lot
and
of
you will love the version that's coming out.
It is immense.
So
it is immense.
it's making me cry when I listen to it, and
as Carol said, it's just beautifully melancholy, actually. And sometimes we need to feel the
we
melancholy.
do need to. We need to
Yes,
feel
we
that
need to
pain.
feel it.
You see, it's often when I say smile when your heart is
Yes,
aching and all that kind of stuff, and I get that, and I do. But
you going to do the community challenge or not?
oh yeah, you want that, don't you?
Yeah, I do want that. I do want that. And
What-
people,
what-
although you are singing beautifully, and a lot of people are commenting on the fact that you clearly need to have a pole stuck up your
Yeah, clearly
in order
it clears
to
it out, doesn't it? In a way, it clears it, doesn't it?
So the challenge that I have given Jonathan is to play When the Saints Go Marching In. Let's start with a sort of, I said start off with a romantic ballad. Can you do that?
And what's next, please?
Could we have something big, over the top, Hollywood kind of thing? Right, okay. Hollywood, not Hollywood, Orleans ragtime, like we heard last night. Okay, for those who are a bit dozy, let's do a lullaby.
Good night, everybody.
And go on, finish it off with some old-fashioned blues.
I make this stuff as I go up along.
Yeah, that's great. Fabulous. Everyone enjoyed that very much.
Here we are. Here's a song.
So,
I wanted to go Rest High.
you did. Go Rest High.
Go Rest High. And then afterwards we'll do the Happy Birthday one.
Okay, fine. So this one is for Jill and Andy and Chris. And you are nice people, and we enjoy spending a bit of time with you, socially distanced, of course. And we also want to say this is for
here we are.
Alan and Jackie, because we know you love this song.
I recorded this song out in Asheville, and it's Vince Gill who wrote this song, became number 1 over there in the country charts as well, and I just love the song. It's just a beautiful song. And we're speaking to, not long away from speaking to our special guest this evening, Jeff Lucas, all the way from Colorado. And he's going to be speaking to us around about 9 o'clock. And the speaker, author, general nice guy, and he also happens to be a minister. So, he'll have his own perspectives on life. So I know that you loved him last time, so we're going to get him back. And this goes like this. I know your life on earth was troubled, and only you could know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You were no stranger to the rain. So go rest high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a shouting, love for the Father and the Son. Oh, how we cried the day you left us. We gathered round your grave to grieve. I wish I could see the angel faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. So go rest high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a shouting, love for the Father and the Son. Love for the Father and the Son. Love for the Father and the Son. Oh, love that will not let me go, I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depths its flow may reach a fool be. May rich a fool be. oh light that follows all my way. I yield my flickering torch to thee. My heart restores its borrowed ray, that in thy sunshine's blaze this day may brighter, fairer be, may brighter, fairer be. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that will not let me go. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that never lets me go. Oh, joy that seekest me through pain, I cannot close my heart to thee. I trace the rainbow through the rain and feel the promise is not vain, that morn shall tearless be, that morn shall tearless be. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that will not let me go. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that never lets me go. Cross that liftest up my head, I dare not ask to fly from thee. I lay in dust life's glory dead, and from the ground there blossoms red life that shall endless be, life that shall endless be. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that will not let me go. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that never lets me go. Well, I'm happy to say that was the well, I'm not happy to say. I'm sorry to say this was the only song that we ever wrote together. You sat. I'm not happy, but you know.
No, it was lovely actually. It's a lovely song, and I'm delighted to have had a small hand in that.
You did
very
have
small,
a hand.
Very small hand.
It was a word.
It was a word.
But
I
the
know,
word.
but it's an
It means
important
that
word.
actually that word.
It's very important.
It's
and
the
that
word
was
is
for,
O, and
No, that word was already there. That song was for a couple of couples celebrating their wedding anniversaries. So we got John and Mary, 47 years on Tuesday. Amazing. And Hazel and Robert, 40 years today, apparently. So congratulations, guys.
Hazel and Robert.
Hazel and Robert, I don't have
Not
their
Robert
surname.
Hazel. No, okay, right. Okay, now, just a little trip down memory lane. I'm just going to go, in these days of sat nav,
Mine
we found
was well
it,
thumbed.
and do you know what? It's £4.75.
Oh, gosh.
£4. That goes back a bit.
Yeah, mine was really well thumbed.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We used this all the time. This was in my dad's car. And my dad has given up his car now. Dad and Mum have given up their car. And I found this in their garage as I was cleaning out the stuff. And I thought, we use this all the time.
Yeah.
And my dad was an estate agent, so he used to go across the whole of London finding streets like this. That's how we found it. And usefully, it had a tube map on the back. Isn't that great? Amazing. So you could walk and find your way. I just thought, so any memories, write in, will you, of how you found your way around before sat-nav, or did you, please turn left into the river. That one.
Through the
You
ford.
have now reached your destination. Right, now we have a special guest tonight.
We do.
I'm going to phone him now and just be kind to him because he's in... Oh. Are you there, Jeffrey? Jeff, come on. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, Jeff. You were just listening.
I was just watching you.
I know it's a much more interesting thing to do, and I agree with that. However, this is about you now. It's not about me, Jeff. It's about you now. Okay.
Yeah, right, JV. That's right.
Yes, okay, you know me too well. It's all about me, really, basically, but I use you to to compliment me. Hey, did you see that thing about A to Z? Do you remember those?
Yeah, I do actually, and I'm amazed that, it's really lovely that you've still got that one from your dad's car. You know, it's, but I've always been directionally challenged, which has created a bit of navigational tension in our marriage. So
navigational tension, I quite like that. That's a good phrase.
What happens is we get lost, even with the GPS lady, who, by the way, pray for her. She's going through a bit of a rough month. She gets a bit terse when I go the wrong way. But I stop and ask for directions, and then I get really bored with listening. So permanently lost, really.
Well, do you know what I like? I think actually they should do a kind of a biblical one with, it has, this is the path, walk in it. It's that kind of, with a verse just before they tell you to turn left or right. In a holy verse, that, or I like the ones with accents. Hello, my name's, I like them because they give you different ones, different accents. My name is Siobhan from Southern Ireland. It's lovely to see you. It's that kind of thing. I love it when you could, just customize it.
Well, my wife, she's programmed her to have an Australian surfer dude with a six-pack. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm trying not to worry
I can tell you actually if you really want to hear, but
I don't want to know. I think I've guessed.
Let's just keep it clean. Jeff, it's good to talk to you. Tell us where you're talking from.
I'm in Colorado, in the USA. Where right now, to far more serious matters, we're experiencing some really serious wildfires. In fact, we were with some friends in the mountains a couple of days ago, and we underwent a mandatory evacuation, which I've never had that before, because these wildfires, JB, this is not a few trees on fire. These things can travel at 60 miles an hour, if you can imagine that.
It's extraordinary.
And so, if one is coming towards you, and our friend's home last night, the fire was 4 miles away.
Goodness, which is nothing,
like
is
a
it?
long way,
No.
But with the wind blowing. So, listeners hearing this, please be thinking about, we're not in danger right now where we are, but the sky is very, very smoky, and it's kind of a bit of an apocalyptic feel, which in the year 2020 is not exactly what we need, is it?
No, it really isn't, actually. I was watching a film just before we started this called Sudden Impact. Do you remember that? Where the meteor hits the Earth. I thought I'd just start with something really cheery and go from there. Interestingly, actually, we did experience this in Spain, and we at 1:30 in the morning we were staying in a villa of a friend in near in Javier in Spain, and we got 1:30 in the morning smashing on the door, and we thought people were kicking in the doors, droppers or whatever, and it was the police, and they moved us because there was a massive fire that had come down from the hills and had destroyed 20 properties within a mile of us. And we were just evacuated and left to just fend for ourselves for that night. We had to move. And when we came back the next day, eventually, the pool, there was absolutely, it was a villa, with a pool and everything else. The villa was just covered in ash. And just less than half a mile away, one of the properties had been burnt to a cinder. So we get the fear. I never experienced anything quite like it. So 60 miles an hour, wow. Jeff, how's it been going back? Because the last time we spoke to you, you were locked down, and you were here in the south of England. And what apart from the obvious, the fire now, what about the cultural changes going back? Have you experienced anything that's worthy of note?
I don't know whether it's worthy of note. I mean, it was a bit strange coming back. There were 33 people on a 300-seater plane, which was pretty strange. And we were expecting lockdown when we came back, but surprisingly, no. And then cases are starting to spike again. I mean, I don't know about you, but and I don't want to trivialize this at all, because obviously people are suffering and dying all over the world from this. But I know I'm thinking about proposing we have New Year's Eve on October the 20th, just so we can get this horrible year over and done with. Because it's like we've had wildfires, and without going down that rabbit trail, we've got the election here in the US. Yeah. You know, we've got obviously the ongoing fight against COVID and business. It's just been an apocalyptic year, hasn't it? And so, yeah, we're fine, but I just think it's quite difficult to maintain it's difficult to maintain a semblance of normality anyway for me. But particularly under these kind of conditions, it's hard to just get on with things without feeling a sort of shadow in your soul, if you will.
I think that's right. I think the functioning, just chatting as old friends, functioning in what is described as normality, it's no longer. There's this kind of new normal thing that we keep talking about. But every morning you wake up and you think, oh, the sun's shining. And then it's that moment when you realise you've got to go to the dentist in the morning. There's going to be, and then there's a blight on the day. And for many people in our community, in the JV community now, for many people, they're suffering a lot of loneliness, actually, Jeff, a lot of isolation. People who might be shielding or protecting themselves just in case they've been told to. And actually the church, and I'll be honest with you, the church has not functioned in so many cases as it probably should have done. It's been kind of trying to, as we've said each week, trying to put on the best possible TV program on a Sunday morning. And people just don't care anymore. They're going, no, we don't. That's fine. Thank you very much for that. But what we want is a phone call from the vicar. What we want is care, actually. What we want is for you to care about us, to put your arm around us and say, is that going to be okay? I mean, isn't that, am I barking up the wrong tree here?
I don't know that you're barking up the wrong tree. You might have tiptoed along a slightly dodgy branch. In that, I agree with you, but I don't think that's about, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, he said, hopefully, that it's not just about a phone call from the vicar, it's about us taking care of us.
Yes,
because,
absolutely.
One of the problems, because I am one of those vicar sorts, one of the challenges in these sort of situations is the expectation that somehow just a few people can fix the challenges of the many.
Yes.
And actually, the call really is for the church to rise up and, make that network of phone calls and support, and that dropping off of a bottle of wine, socially distanced, yes, or a cup of tea or whatever. It's us functioning together. But I tell you one other thing that has been, I've been pondering a lot, JV. I've been working on a book that's about to be published. Mm. Subtle plug.
Don't be subtle. Go for it. We don't do subtlety here on the JV show. Come on.
Well, I thought that, so I thought I'd introduce something new. But singing in Babylon, finding purpose in life's second choices. I've been studying Daniel, and here's a bloke who probably at the ages between 13 and 17 is wrenched out of his home, which was a privileged home. He was one of the nobility in Jerusalem, and hauled off to Babylon, which was like the epicenter of evil in that ancient time. And he has to live a second choice life for the rest of his life. And in that second choice life, it's punctuated with moments of God breaking through incredibly and giving him dreams and even telling him stuff about the end of the world, this most amazing stuff. But he has to live in these second choices, which includes spending a night in a lion's den, which would be awkward. So it's really struck me that, you know, this 2020 has been a second choice year.
Yes,
for everybody. But sometimes as believers, we've got this expectation, this anticipation of a first choice world, that if we just pray enough and if we just read the Bible, especially Leviticus, that everything will be great. And the truth is, Daniel met God, but he never went home to Jerusalem. And I think finding God in the world of second choices, where there's ash in the sky because of the wildfire, or because the Prime Minister is making yet another announcement about lockdowns, finding God, it's got to be possible. Well, it is possible, because not only did that guy, stay faithful, but he was even able to thrive in that situation. God help all of us to do the same.
Yeah, that sounds. Just tell us the title again. We're going to do it before the end again, but I just want to get that. What's the title?
It's called Singing in Babylon.
Singing in Babylon. Singing in Babylon. Yeah. Just write this down, everybody out there. This is it sounds like this is a book I've got to get, and it's available through who? Through CWR.
No, it's actually David C. Cook who are publishing it, but it'll be Amazon, it'll be your local Christian bookshop, Eden, whoever.
You can get it online.
And I'm not sure when it's out. It's going to probably be a few months yet before it's out. But it's been especially poignant writing it during this time.
Yes. Well, we can put pre-orders in. Yeah, it is. I think it's really important actually to find things that people can read that are positive. I just find actually that I was saying earlier that one of the things is that we get dragged into this kind of this trawler net of news that we find no way out. We're trapped in the net once we're there, and we become addicted to the source of news, either our iPhones or iPads, or listening to the 24-hour news channel. And all it does is it feeds the fear. And we keep going, but what about when is it going to get back to normal? And I think this is a very timely thing. Look, as always, we sing a song with the community at this point, and we've just recorded this album, which is fantastic. It's become an epic production. You've Got a Friend, and some beautiful songs. I'll send you an album when we do it. I'm going to do it. Jeff, what's your choice of music these days? What do you listen to when you're off? Obviously, apart from all my albums online. Apart from that, just what else do you listen to?
Actually, I've got to say, JV, you're the only person I ever listen to. I haven't got time for anything else.
No, and Jeff, I love that, and yeah, I don't believe you for 1 second. Anyway, so we're going to sing this song, and I'm just going to say to you, if you feel like joining in, resist the urge, okay?
Thanks for your confidence.
Here we go. Now, everybody, you're going to be recording this, and we do it every week, and it's getting closer and closer to us sending it to you. For those of you who've paid for this option, which is about 90 to 100 people, something like that, in the JV choir, and it goes like this. When you're down and troubled, and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. When the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together now and call my name out loud, and soon I'll be knocking at your door. Right, Sarah, all together now, apart from Jeff. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them. But
don't you let them.
That's called the wrong chord, Jeff, okay? If ever you want to know, that's called the wrong chord. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. You've got a friend. Oh, darling, you got a friend. You've got a friend. Now, we keep singing this for about 2 days. You've got a friend. Your pictures will appear now on the video at this point. You've got a friend. Right, last time. You've got a friend. Okay, one more time. One more time. You've got a friend. Okay, one more time, just for Jeff. Okay, here we go. All those in Colorado. You've got a friend. All right, now that's going to be coming out to you very soon as we can get it out to you. And you'll be recording it on your phone or your mobile device. You'll have to have a pair of headphones to record it, and then you'll contribute to the massive video that we're going to put about on YouTube, and
we will send you all the
we'll send you all the information. All right. Now, Jeff, did you notice the lost chord?
No, I just need to make a bit of a comment about that.
Go on then. Would you want go on then, Jeff? Go ahead. Go on.
Well, honestly, I'm quite serious now. It cheered me up no end, and I'll tell you why.
Go on.
Because you both make all of this look so easy, because, and I mean that quite seriously. So to see the tiniest smidgen of an error was comforting to my own fragile soul, if I can put it like that.
Fragile soul. Oh, I mean, I think what happens is, Jeff, that's very blessed of you, and I actually thank you for saying it, and I do mean that from the top of my bottom. It really does mean a lot to me. Bottom of my heart, somewhere like that. Anyway, some other place. But my point is that I like to just drop a chord in every performance just to prove that this is live. Okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I knew that it was intentional.
Yeah, completely. Do you know what? This is absolutely true. Now, I don't know whether you ever get this in preaching, But you know that moment when you're going and you're flowing, it's going really well, and you look at yourself, you almost look at yourself out of your body and go, this is going terribly well, this is good, this is good. What am I going to say next? That's it, you know that. And that's how I go. I lose the piano. I literally lose what key I'm in. I forget what key I'm in. Now you're something... Sorry.
You know, sorry I interrupted, but just saying about the out-of-body experience, we have a couple of venues. Well, in our church, when I'm speaking, it's broadcast to another part of the venue with a 5-minute delay. So last week, I finished preaching and then went in and listened to me preaching for the last 3 minutes and watched myself giving the invitation for people to become Christians. I stood at the back and then watched people from that group become Christians while I was preaching at the front. That was really freaky, Jason, I've got to tell you.
Can I just ask you, did you go forward yourself to your own invitation? Do you know that moment when... Were you that good?
I thought about it, but I thought that would have been probably pushing it a bit too far. But I tell you what, it was actually quite seriously pretty amazing to stand at the back and just see people responding to, not to me, but to the truth of the message. It was great.
So you found, in which case, for you, Jeff, when we chatted earlier in the year, you did have that, and it's something that I've not forgotten you said, which is, I said, how do you feel? And you said, it depends on what time of day you ask me. And that stuck with me and many others who listened that day. How have you found, and I know this is a very broad-reaching question, but how have you found faith during this time?
Depends what time of the day you ask me. That's really original, isn't it? Because I think that... I don't know whether I mentioned this last time. If I did, it was redundant, but no one really remember it anyway. But I remember years ago, my friend Adrian Plass said, your feelings are not the barometer of your spirituality. And that was very liberating, because at that point, I found myself, I'd go to a church gathering and I'd just feel this overwhelming need to be excited all of the time, to always be on the brink of ecstasy. And I found it all quite tough going, really. So I think what I've learned to do is be cognizant of how I'm feeling and give myself permission to feel certain things, but not to make that the gambling chip of my faith. Nothing. It doesn't all depend on that. And I can feel like rubbish, and I can feel like, where's God gone? What's he up to? Is he there? And if he is, worse still, doesn't he care? But actually, that's not really what ultimately matters when it comes to faith. I think what really matters, I think what Eugene Peterson said, faith is long obedience in the same direction. And just trying to figure that out and without moving into one day at a time, sweet Jesus, which frankly would be appalling.
Yes.
It is.
Funny you should say that, because that's the next song. And
what a great setup that is. You might have mentioned that.
Yeah. Okay.
But
no.
I think it really is that during times like these, when it's quite difficult to look at the horizon because we don't know. And yet, at the same time, what we are assured, whether we feel it or not, is that we'll never be alone again for the rest of forever. And making that work on a Monday morning and not just singing about it, on a Zoom call on a Sunday morning, I think that's the knack of it all, really.
Yeah, and actually bringing comfort. I think this is where faith exists there in the margins, and that for so many people in this community are hurting, and they don't know quite where to go, and the only thing they have is it is well with my soul. That it's I think there was a song we used to sing back in the Brethren days. In times like these, we need a saviour. In times like these, we need an anchor. Be very sure. Be very sure. Will your anchor hold in the storms of life? So actually, for me, I just thought of that when you said those words. Just all the way back. Back to a Sunday evening service when I was about 12, and it's during those difficult times, isn't it, that the test of our faith is what it's about. And for people who are watching this, who have zero faith and I have no interest in doing so, what do you say to those people during times like this? Do you have words to say to them, or is it just we love you and that's that, really?
No, I would say that actually faith is not some odd thing that you might dabble with as a kind of religious hobby, and which might cheer you up a little bit on Sundays, but actually we have all been created by this God to live in a particular way, which includes walking with him. And so we're not about religion. I don't have stained glass windows in the house. I don't record songs of praise when I go away on holiday. It's not about
You
some
don't?
sort of.
What?
I don't. It's not about sort of taking some sort of religious setting into your life. It is about navigating life as life was intended to be. And that's the weird thing, because these days, JV, if you're a Christian, you're weird, you're odd, and you're possibly dangerous.
Yes.
But actually, if we believe what the Bible says, this is not some strange religious conservatory that you stick onto the side of your house. But this is the very foundation of the way every single human being on the planet was designed to live. And when we don't live in the good and the wonder of that, things go wrong. So without sounding heavy about it, I think I would invite anybody who's listening or watching who's never explored that to perhaps just take a moment to say, hello, God, are you there? What's happening?
Yes.
And take it from there.
I think that's a serious and a beautiful invitation, actually. And I think actually that what we try and do in this community more than anything is we try and care for people, draw people into this community, and it's not by beatings and by religiosity or anything else like that. Simply by care and love and concern, as I think the church. That's the aim of the church, is to be caring and put its arm around people. And those, You've Got a Friend, that song, that more than anything has touched so many people's lives, and that's what we continue to try to do. Jeff, I just want to ask a final question before we let you go back to your Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon it is for you. Sunday is your 7 hours behind. What do you do on a Sunday evening? Do you go and preach again? Is it back to church?
No, actually, tonight we have some friends coming over. We've got this little film group, JV. I almost called you JW, which was an unfortunate mistake.
That's another thing. I think that's too Freudian for me.
We have this little film group. The only thing is, we've been meeting now for about 7 years, on and off, and we haven't watched a film for about 3 years because, but we still call it the film group. Now, there's a parable there, but I don't know what it means. So anyway, we've got our little film group, and it's just an opportunity, really. I mean, it does come back to what you were talking about before, and I think what we all ache for, and that is to know true friendship.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about close encounters of a Christian kind on a Sunday morning where you say, "Hi, brother, how are you?" which is very helpful because you can't remember the person's name. I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about something that's necessarily always endlessly heavy, where we say, "How are you?" and then you whip out your X-ray charts for all to examine, but rather just caring, deep, empathetic friendship and walking together. And I know for myself, I just turned 64. I'm older. I've had a rough life, but at 64, I know that friendship and relationship is really what matters. And I want to grow older living and laughing with people that I love and care for and who love and care for me, warts and all, even if I get lost on the way to their house and I phone you up and say, "Please check this up on the A to Z."
Yeah. Do you know what? And I'll say this to you, Jeff, and I say to the listeners, this is Jeff. Jeff has written countless books. He's a very well-known speaker, and within this community, he is a very well-known preacher and teacher. But that man, after we finished the phone call last time, he phoned me the next day to find out how I was. Not anything else, just simply to find out how I was. You cannot even imagine what that meant to me, because it was the start of a very difficult journey medically, and there's a lot going on. And I just want you to know that what you just said. Thank you for what you did for me. That simple act of friendship. And as we do that for each other, and we within this community, that's what I'm encouraging people. What Wordsworth called little unremembered acts of kindness for people. You may not remember them, but what they do is they go up to make the big picture, the big puzzle, and each one of us has the place. As in that 1,000-piece puzzle, we actually have a piece to put in to make up that picture. And what a great picture it is when we do it all together. Jeff, before you go, I just want you to give one more big shout out, please, for the new book. Just a quick sentence about it, just so those people who were out making tea or whatever, just give a big shout out, the theme and the title and where they can get it from.
Thanks, JV. Yeah, it's called Singing in Babylon. You can get it from Christian bookshops or Eden or Amazon or wherever. It's about Daniel. It's about when life serves up something we didn't expect, second choices, which we all experience. And I think I'm just pulling up the quote to sort of sign out on this. But yes. Basically, JV, the book was prompted when we were sitting around as a group of leaders, and someone said, "What are we hearing from people in our congregation?" And someone said that often they hear that they thought life hadn't turned out the way they thought it would. And a friend of mine, he just said this. He said, "Life is what happens when you expected something else." Yeah. That happens to all of us, but wherever we find ourselves in second choices, God travels there with us, even like in Daniel's case, to Babylon. That's what the book's about.
Thank you, Jeff. You are such a refreshment. Would you come and see us again? Just when are you back in the UK? What's the plan?
In probably a month or two, but always great to join you and Sue. Thanks for the opportunity.
It'd be lovely, and hopefully we can see each other in person. All right, love to Kay, and tell her to get on with the cooking, as
right.
you did. Right.
Well, do. Take care.
God bless. Bye now. Bye. What a joy. What a joy.
What a lovely man.
He's a lovely man, and he is everything he says on the tin.
He is.
He is what he says on the tin.
He's very real, isn't he?
Yeah. I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we will know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe. I pray we'll find your light and hold it in our hearts. When stars go out each night, remind us where you are. Let this be our prayer when shadows fill our day. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be safe. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended, and we'll remember we are all God's children, reaching out to touch you, reaching to the sky. We ask that life be kind and watch us from above. We hope each soul will find another soul to love. Let this be our prayer, just like every child. Needs to find a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be safe.
That, Helen, was for you and for your choirs. You mentioned that your choirs are missing singing, as I think a lot of us are. And this one is for... Which one are you doing?
Jerry.
This one's for Jerry. Happy birthday, Jerry. It's your birthday today, and this is the one that you requested.
Which is my version, my rewriting of the tune of the song Take My Life, which I think is available on a couple of on this same album, actually. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to Thee. Take my moments and my days, let them flow in ceaseless praise. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of Thy love. Take my feet and let them be swift and beautiful for Thee. Take my voice and let me sing always only for my King. Take my lips and let them be filled with messages from Thee. Take my silver and my gold, not a mite would I withhold. Take my intellect and use every power as Thou shalt choose. Take my will and make it Thine, it shall be no longer mine. Take my heart, it is Thine own, it shall be Thy royal throne. Take my love, my Lord, I pour at His feet Thy treasured store. Take myself, and I will be ever only all for Thee, ever only another one, your rewrite, which is for
Our
lovely
friend
Esther.
This is your 70th birthday today, my darling, and happy birthday from both of us.
Another rewrite of the tune. Hymns Project 2, I think it is, isn't it? What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptations? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful who will all our sorrow share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Are we weak and heavy laden, cumbered with a load of care? Precious Savior, still our refuge. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Do your friends despise, forsake thee? Take it to the Lord in prayer. In his arms he'll take and shield you. You will find a solace there. A good song, actually, remembering that that man wrote it for his mother.
He did.
And
She
it
was
was
really struggling,
found,
wasn't she?
yeah, she was in terrible pain, and he wrote it for her. Never expected it to be ever sung ever again. Discovered by accident, as these things. Right, Sue.
But lifted by a wonderful new tune, as Evelyn just mentioned. And for that, Evelyn, I thank you, because Jonathan works hard on these new tunes. And the idea is that it just takes these words and just helps us to think about them and helps us to respond to them. In which case, these two CDs are the ones that are particularly of interest to you. The Hymns Project 2 has got that one, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, but also Here Is Love, Praise My Soul, The King of Heaven, many, many songs on there, which is lovely. Hymns Project 1, that one, what did you do from that one? Oh, Love That Will Not Let Me Go, which is stunning. And so we thank you for that, JV, because that was rather beautiful. The Take My Life, which Jerry asked for his birthday, that's on It Is Well. And also on It Is Well, we have The Prayer, which Jonathan sang earlier, and Go Rest High. So he did 3 from that tonight. So that's It Is Well. For those of you who would like something that would just cheer you up and make you laugh, the 2 books are available, both very funny. Jonathan he will tell you another time, but he's a man of many, many talents.
Yes, I was going to tell
many talents, but DIY is not one of them. Okay, so these books have lots of stories of things that go wrong, things that he breaks occasionally, and things that go wrong for
I
him.
will tell you that story next that I told on Martin Hughes' radio interview, those of you who listened.
Yeah, so
I'll tell it next week.
So those of you who haven't ordered, perhaps would like to order, if you notice just down below, there's the website address, and that's got all the songs on it, all the CDs on it, so that you could listen to them, and a very easy way of ordering. So, and if you'd like to order for a friend or for yourself, and you'd like it dedicated to you, just send us a message, and that will be fine. If you do want to write to me, the address is sue@jonathanvera.com. And then I can just action whatever it is you're wanting to say. To that end, if you would like to give anything towards us, to the ministry, that would be really, really welcome. And we do thank you. We do thank you for those of you who tirelessly and faithfully give to us. We are more than grateful for all that you do, and we thank you for that.
And remember that actually it doesn't take, you don't have to give hundreds. You just have to give the price of a ticket in, and actually those of you watching, you could actually help a lot. Because I have to just say that we got the news this week about 6 months.
Another 6 months. We were looking forward to starting up the
start
shows again, but that's not going to happen.
Again, we will have no paid work at all for over a year and 3 to 4 months.
Apart from your little bit of university.
University, a tiny little bit of work there. But that is all. And so we are, in a sense, we are high-class buskers. And we put the bowl out every week. And you can, if you want to, contribute. We'd love you to. But there is no pressure to in that way.
No,
we
because
are
for many of you can't, and we completely understand that you're in possibly a worse situation than we're in. And so we understand that. If you would like to, you can either do it through the PayPal address, which is at the bottom. For those of you who don't like PayPal, if you just write to me, sue@jonathanvera.com, then I will give you the bank details, and you can just give us some money that way. So if that's what you would like to do, that would be great.
That would be great. Next week, we're going to have our friend Adrian from the Isle of Wight, who's going to come on and talk a little bit about the community interest companies. That's what we're trying to set up so that we don't become a charity. Don't have to become a charity, but you can help. It's called You Got a Friend, community interest company, and then we'll be able to operate legally and properly, and people can give. We'll give money that you give to us. We give 25% to, and anything else designated that you want to give into that. We're going to launch it next week, and we're going to go with it because we're starting to give to people now, but we want to do it on a proper basis, and we want to be able to do it. So that's you've got a friend, community interest company. You can look under community CICs, they're called, and this is we're going to launch next week. Come what may, unless I'm in the hospital having dropped a heart or something.
No.
Right.
So along those lines. On Tuesday morning, Jonathan will be having his angiogram done, so we would be grateful for all prayers and positive thoughts around that time. We would just like it to be clear so that the transplant can happen sooner rather than later.
And this for Miriam and Terry, 28 years married, and they wanted something traditional, and I thought this one, and then we sing our couple and we go home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. was blind, but now I see. Through many, many dangers, toils and snares, we have already come. His grace has brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first began. Happy anniversary to Miriam and Terry.
Anniversary, yes.
Now we're going to sing a song that Sue's recorded. You're going to get the benefit of the recording that she's done. She spent the whole week apologising to everybody that she could in preparation. So what she hears when she eventually hears it, it's going to be so good, and you're going to enjoy hearing her sing this on the new album. Here we go. I'll start. Go peaceful in gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways.
Through darkness in troubled time, let holiness be your aim.
Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame. God speed you, God lead you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love.
Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies.
Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. God holds you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. So it's come to the end of the evening, and we bless you. Thanks for coming along. Share it with as many of your friends as possible. We want thousands and thousands more each as we go into the winter months, the autumns, and we want that. So for Christmas, we'll have a jamboree with 10,000 people. How about that? Just let's get it. Let's happening. Okay? And the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. See you next week. God bless you. Have a good week.
Have a good week. Bye.